Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Continuing on another day here working on the Toyota. So today the main objective is to get the engine mounts fabbed up. Reason why I'm doing the video outside is because we already got a plan together, and Nick's using the porta band to cut the brackets out for the bottom side. And so anyhow, that's the plan today, so we're going to go ahead and get to her and get as much done as we can. Okay, so the plan is to take, this is my bomb-proof engine mounts, and we're gonna go ahead and cut this off and just use this shape here to mount the bushings that I made in the last video. So that's what we're doing right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on time lapse for a minute while we go ahead and get this all squared away, and then I'll show you what we got going on. So he's getting that squared away. Step 2 is we're going to go ahead and take these OE 2JZ engine mounts to the block and use these as a template so that we can make a plate to...
Fuck, that's hot.
Is that hot?
Yeah, I've only been grinding on it.
Touch it!
I've only been grinding on it for a couple minutes.
I've been grinding on it for a while. So anyhow, that'll be the next step once we get done with that. Fire in a hole. So you can see the 4 shiny holes in the block. That's the OE engine mount bracket bolt holes. But there's also holes on this side and on that side. So we can pretty much, it's pretty forgiving as far as there's 4 bolt holes, 1, 2, 3, and 4 over there. So there's a lot of flexibility as far as getting engine mounts to work for this thing. Anyhow, so we're still rocking and rolling. Alright, so now what we're doing is drill pressing the holes out in the plate that we mocked up with the upper engine mount. Basically just took some spray paint and spray painted the bottom of the OE mount and then set it on there as a template. And so as you can see, we're just drilling out the 4 holes and get that thing squared away. And one step closer. What I mean by we painted it, smoothed this thing out and then spray painted it, and then set it onto the steel, and then it leaves the bolt holes so that way you know where they are, because as you can see, this is really long. Can't really stick a punch through there, or a drill bit. So that was a little hack on that deal. Worked pretty well so far. We'll obviously see how well it fits on the engine, but I don't see why it wouldn't. So anyhow, there's a little tip for you for setting up a template. My neighbor's got a plasma cutter. He's short on 110, but anyhow, he let us borrow it so that we could cut out the, I'll show you one of the jobs we do, the uprights that the bolt for the engine mount's going to go through. Then it just stenciled them out with a scribe, and then we're using a plasma cutter to cut them out instead of using a skinny wheel. It'll be a lot cleaner and use a lot less material. I probably use 4 or 5 skinny wheels trying to do this. So anyhow, we're plasma cutting these things out, and we can mock up the one side here. We'll tack it on the other, and then we'll do our first mock up and see what's happening. And hopefully here in a little bit we'll finish welding it. All right, so there's the block plate. And then there's the mock-up for where the bushing is going to go, and the bolt will go through that metal rod, and then all I got to do is make a tube that goes from there to this outer tube that'll we'll put on that, and that'll be how the mount's designed. So we're just doing some brainstorming about maybe putting the engine back further, but I don't know. It looks pretty happy, so I think we might do that. I'll have to note this if it bites me in the ass later. Then Nick can say he was right. So anyhow, we're going to take a break and put some air in the tires because it was lifting the motor up and tilting it that way. So put some air in the tire and probably eat something real fast and then get back at it. It's looking pretty good though. We got everything fabbed up. It was a little difficult to try and videotape all of it, but basically that's in a nutshell what it is. You saw the small bolt that we had before, so we pushed the bushings over the small sleeve and then put the large sleeve in there, just like that. That's the mount. And then of course I fabbed up the bottom piece. That's going to bolt to the frame where the existing 22R engine mount bolts to. And then that's a 1/2 inch, just regular old 1/2 inch grade 5 bolt. Boom. So now I just got to weld a piece of tube from that to that plate on the engine. So the next thing we're going to do is bolt it in there and then figure out how long it is and the angles to cut and all that, and then tack it in and see what the hell happens. Sweet, we're making excellent progress and things are looking great. They're fitting like they're supposed to, almost like we know what we're doing. Don't tell anybody. Visioning tool, Mick just got done doing that. As you can see, that way we get a better idea of where we want it to sit in the plate and of course on the collar of the mount. Should be perfect. Once we get this one figured out, then we can get to going on the other side, which is going to be a whole nother ball game because there's a bunch of crap in the way over there. No. So then we can bring that out and then get it on the table, and then at least we can cut it out, you know, bigger, and then kind of work it into where we need to get. At least we have a ballpark idea of what's where we're at and all that. Pouring a little bit of heat into it, that's all.
Jesus fucking fuck.
What? What?
Motherfucker.
What? Hmm?
Fucking hot. It took the corner right off the fucking tube.
Yeah. Hey, running that thing hot. There it is. We're getting there anyway. So Nick said it's time for a beer, so we're gonna have a beer. I've already had a few. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, touch it. Yeah, touch it.
So there it is. All burned in like a mofo. Our last worry, of course, is that the make sure that the tube didn't decide to change sizes and the bushing doesn't fit.
Oh, it changed sizes momentarily, but it'll cool back down and be the same.
So it should be happy. So once this cane cools off, we'll redneck powder coat it. In other words, spray paint it while it's still roasting hot, and
Take the wire wheel to it and
clean it all up and put it on there and see if it holds the engine up.
That's not going to be a problem.
Yeah. So anyhow, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. All right, so we ended up not painting it. My spray cans were dead, so we just ended up mounting it into place. As you can see, everything fits like it's supposed to, and looks like it should be happier than you know what. So anyhow, that's how the finished product turned out. Shouldn't have any problems with any clearance issues with my coolant hose or my exhaust or anything like that. Looks really nice and should hold up really well. To not be redundant, the mount on the driver's side is essentially the same thing. We had to change it a little bit. They don't have the multiple set of plate mount bolts on the driver's side because the oil filter housing's there. So we just had to give the pipe a little bit of an angle back, but other than that, they're completely the same as the other side. I didn't video because it's really tight in there, and well, between the two of us, there wasn't a whole lot of room to get a camera in here, get some live action, but let's see here. See if you can see better that way. Not really. There it is. So as you can see, that's my oil filter. I just covered it up so we didn't get metal slag in there, but there's the other side. Like I said, it's essentially the same as the other side. So anyhow, we got it all in there and it's sitting in place. And we got lots of clearance. There's no issues with the clearance between the power brake booster and the intake manifold, due to the fact that there is brake lines down there. We can't have those rubbing because kind of need brakes. And the engine's sitting in there nice and square, not off to one side or another. So the next thing I need to do now that we got that done is get underneath of the truck and get the tranny mount where it needs to be so we can bolt it into place. And then once everything's happy, gonna pull the motor out, hopefully for the last time. We'll paint the engine mounts, and I've got to I figure we'll put it on the engine stand, and then I'll put the oil panel, get the oil panel squared away. We'll get that bolted on, and yeah, that'll probably be in the next video, because I can't imagine it taking too long to get the tranny cross member fixed up. I still got the plasma cutter, so I'm just going to elongate the holes so that way, or worst case scenario, cut it off the frame and just re-weld it if I have to. So anyhow, it was a heck of a deal. All right, guys, that's a wrap for today. Got a lot of progress done. I'm really happy with how the engine mounts turned out, and how the engine's sitting in there. Everything went just about exactly as we had hoped it would. We really didn't have any pitfalls or any issues. So anyhow, I appreciate you watching my video, and if you haven't yet, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel out a lot. And hit the little post notification bell, that way you don't miss any of my upcoming content. And because we got plenty of stuff to do, as I just stated. So anyhow, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.